If you're pregnant, this is for you. If you heard about a doula and you're like, I don't know, should I do it, should I not? Then watch this video. Hello and welcome to Life with Derek. Today I'm in my doula bag, no pun intended. And I'm just gonna be clearing up some misconceptions that I constantly hear as a doula about what people think of us, what it is that we do, how we give support, and why we exist. I feel like so many people have assumptions about the birth world, and a lot of false narratives are put out when it comes to doulas. So as a doula, I feel as though it is my duty to clear some of that up, and today is the day that I'm gonna do it. So let's get right into it and be debunking 5 doula myths that I constantly hear and that I'm sick of. First things first, doulas are only for home births or unmedicated births. This is a completely false narrative. I feel as though since doulas have such a holistic, hands-on approach that many people feel as though we only support home births because of what it is that we do. But it's just untrue. Doulas support any type of birth, whether it be medicated, unmedicated, VBAC, cesarean section, emergency C-section, or scheduled C-section. There are even doulas who attend unassisted births where people have their baby at home in their bathtub without any care providers. There are doulas that support that, okay? So whatever type of birth you're having, there's a doula that's going to support you. Now, you may find a doula who you have a consultation with who says, I do not support hospital births. I don't like the hospital setting. It's just not for me. And vice versa, there may be a doula who doesn't support home births because they don't feel comfortable. So you do have to do your research and find the one that fits you. However, we support all types of births, okay? High risk birth, low risk birth, whatever it is, find your doula. And you just have to make sure that you have a connection with them. But don't let anyone tell you that you don't need a doula because you're having a specific type of birth, because it's simply untrue. Okay, so just remember that your doula is there to provide continuous support to you regardless of your birth preferences. We're there to help you navigate the birth process, okay? So if you have a doula that's telling you what they think you should do, and you've already so say you've already told your doula what you want, right? And they're trying to stray you away from what you want versus them informing you about your options. Those are two different things. So just remember that. Myth number 2, doulas replace the role of a partner or a care provider. Let me be clear. I'm not your man, I'm not your midwife, and I'm not your doctor. I am your doula, okay? This is a completely different role. And if you do want a doula, be sure that you are not expecting the role of a doctor or a midwife when you do hire a doula. The difference between a midwife and a doctor is that they provide medical care, okay? They perform medical interventions and they make decisions about medical interventions. I, on the other hand, provide you with support, whether it be emotional, physical, informational support. I help you with comfort measures, okay? I give support to the partner. I don't replace your partner because you need your partner there. You need him for his physical touch. You need them for their pheromones. You need them for a calming presence. You need them for oxytocin production, right? These are things that I can't provide for you because I did not put that seed inside of you. So if you're thinking, I don't need my man there, I just need my doula, consider having your man there. Now, if he's toxic and you just can't have him there, he's going to stress you out more than anything, that's different. But if you can have your man there, sis, have him there, okay? You need him more than you think. Fellas, we need you more than y'all know, all right? Remember, we don't replace, we just assist. All right, so another misconception is that doulas are only for inexperienced first-time parents. But regardless of which birth you're on, a doula can help you. Some people have their first baby and they get the hang of it and they got it from there. Other people have different experiences. Each birth can be extremely different, and each goal for the birth experience can be different as well. So for instance, a family can have a traumatic first birth experience and may be extremely intentional on changing that for their next birth. So they may say, let me hire a doula so I can be more informed the next time through. Or they may have complications with the second birth and they may want a doula to support them. You never know the case, right? So just because you've had a baby before and you know what it's like doesn't necessarily mean that you don't need a doula on your second time birth, or your third birth, or your fifth birth. It doesn't matter what birth you're on, you can get supported throughout whichever one if you feel you need that support. Just remember that doulas can support all parents regardless of experience level. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you had a baby before, what you need a doula for, okay? Tell them roll their neck somewhere else. Tell them get a advice to somebody else because you don't need it, okay? Say, are you gonna be there? Are you gonna be pushing my baby out? That's what you need to say. Myth number 4 is that doulas make decisions for the birthing person. I can't make decisions for you. I know in this intense traumatic time, it would be easy if I can make all the decisions for you, but I simply cannot. What I will do is provide you with information, options, and support based on your preferences and needs, right? So whatever you decide, I'm going to advocate for your choices, help you communicate that with the medical team. However, I'm not going to make any decisions for you. So that's why it's so important to have your birth preferences ready, to have a plan ready in place, a plan A, a plan B, and just be able to openly communicate with your doula, or so that I can help you communicate with your birth team. It can be extremely difficult, especially when you are in the hospital setting, to communicate with your birth team. So I'm always gonna stand up for your choices. But if you don't stand up for yourself, I can only stand up for you so much. So just be aware of that, because you may say, I don't want an epidural, I don't want an epidural, I don't want an epidural, all throughout the prenatal visits. Then when you get into the birthing room and you are faced with the decision to get an epidural and you say you want an epidural, I can't say, oh no, you can't have an epidural. I can't say that. I'm gonna say she wants the epidural, and I'm gonna do whatever it is that I need to do to help you get that epidural, okay? So then you can't come back and be like, you were supposed to not let me get the epidural. No, girl, no. That was your choice and I supported you. That's how the doula relationship works. So I like to say, I am an advocate, right? But like I say, I can only advocate for you as much as you advocate for yourself. Keep that in mind. All right, last but not least, doulas are too expensive and not worth the cost. I personally couldn't disagree more, but maybe I'm biased. I feel as though doula work is extremely undervalued because people don't totally understand the value in having a doula, right? Research has shown that having a doula present has reduced rates of C-section, medical interventions, and just made for an overall better birth experience. I'm not saying that anybody who has had a doula or had a doula present at their birth has had an amazing, wonderful, hiccup-free experience. However, most people that have a doula have had a better experience than they would have had without one, right? So just our presence alone is extremely valuable. I can't tell you how many families have told me, like, oh, I don't know what I would have done if you weren't there. You have such a calming presence. You have such a calming tone of voice. You were a saving grace. Like, people tell me this all the time. I had one client tell me, like, she would not have had her baby naturally if I wasn't there. And I personally don't believe that, but she believes that, and that makes all the difference. Having someone there to navigate you through this process, to walk you through each step, to tell you that you're almost there, to give you heads up, to give you reminders, that's priceless. I feel like doula work is priceless, and it's something that is embedded in our culture as women, especially as Black women. We have been doing this forever, right? We've built our communities through motherhood and through sisterhood, but we've just got so lost from it, and we live in this capitalist society where everything has a price. So we have to put a price on our work because we're putting in hard work, we're starting these businesses, and this is something that is extremely valuable to women. We need each other, right? But to say that a doula is not worth it, if somebody tells you that you don't need a doula and you feel like you need a doula, and you feel like you need to figure out how to pay that doula, do it, okay? Don't let anybody stop you from getting the support that you need during your birth, because like I said before, nobody's pushing that baby out but you, and whatever you need during that process, you need to get it, okay? Hopefully that cleared up some things that you might have heard about doulas. If you heard about us and you were kind of like on the fence, if you're pregnant, this is for you. If you heard about a doula and you're like, I don't know, should I do it, should I not, then watch this video. All right, hopefully this was helpful for you. Send this to all the pregnant mamas, send this to all the fellas that have impregnated mamas, or whoever just needs to hear it. And like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more informational videos. Peace.